What's up, everyone? So in this video, we're talking with my student Derek, who came to me in April, really struggling to get any sort of traction sourcing OA replens, doing online arbitrage at scale. Now he's doing well over 50,000 a month in sales and going to keep growing that well on his way to 100K a month in sales. And I'm excited to chat with him. If you're brand new to my channel, my name is Miles. I'm a 23-year-old full-time Amazon online arbitrage seller, basically where I buy products from big retail websites and flip those products on Amazon's platform. So if you're interested, make sure to drop a subscribe. Let me know what any comments or any videos you want to see and all that. Let's talk with Derek about how he found success with everything. And if you're interested in applying for my coach program with Derek, which Derek went through, make sure to check that out. Link in the description as well. Derek, my man, what's up? Thanks for coming on the channel.
What's up, bro? Thanks for having me.
Oh, absolutely, man. And we were just talking off camera about some of the explosive growth you've been seeing and everything. So we can show those beautiful orange bars for the
Yes,
person
sir.
comments like, is this rigged or whatever like that. You look at that increase the past like week, 10 days and everything. That's beautiful. Yeah. 73% growth as well. It shows the month over month is cooking and everything. But you and I started working together in late April and everything. So obviously, you know, it takes time to get really ramped up. I'd say like it takes like, you know, a month and a half to start see that first inventory rolling in and everything like that. But you're also seeing the compounding effect, both of your skills and also products, in that we're talking about finding products on finding products, multiple websites, different stuff like that. But let's go back to the beginning. How'd you get into reselling? The stuff you did reselling wise prior to Amazon, all that.
Yeah, so I mean, I first started, I was really into like vintage clothes. So I did like thrift stores and would find like vintage t-shirts and stuff. And then I started working, so I couldn't really do that. And then March 2020, we all know what happened. Kind of spiraled into like Nintendo Switches and webcams, a bunch of like, you know, hot flip, like work from home flips.
Yeah.
Then that went into pools. After pools was like consoles and graphics cards. And I started doing Amazon a little bit last year with like toys, like Q4 stuff. But I struggled at the beginning of the year finding like replenishable items, stuff that I could sell over the long term. And then we linked up and it's been booming ever since.
Yeah, and it's the big part, like the real thing is like anyone can learn to read a keep a chart. You know, we have different tools that help us, but it's all in your specific knowledge around, in most part, right? Coupons, and then eventually order counts once you start buying big. But I can't understate for anyone watching this enough the beauty of coupons, not stuff that's on sale, though. Stuff that's on sale is good. We're buying a lot of that right now too. But coupons, stuff that tends to be around evergreen. There's this one specific one that I started literally February 2021, that some of the first few items I bought on Amazon. It was a BOGO 50% off. I was like, damn, man, like, is this still going to be around like tomorrow, next week? And it's still there. It's still there on that website. It's beautiful and everything like that. So you're used to be a lot of BOLO-y type products for a while, which clearly worked and everything. But now you're seeing more scale in that you can get more of these items, right? Because they're not scarce. There's higher demand and they're not scarce and everything like that. And everything like that. So walk through kind of the day-to-day of what it looks like now being, you know, a full-time, you know, just focusing mainly on the Amazon OA stuff.
Yeah, so I want to say like towards April when we first started, it would be a lot of like 2 to 3 hours sourcing every day. But I mean, it honestly only took me like maybe like a month or two to develop like a pretty solid baseline of replens where I don't really have to go look through people's stores. And I want to say a lot of that is because I know Peter mentioned on the last, you had him on the other day.
Oh, yeah.
We started working closely, just like a few of us who were like really serious about it.
The way to do it.
Yeah, because I mean, you would find 2-3 leads a day yourself. And then when you're working with 3 other people, you know, that turns into like 8 to 10 leads a day that you're looking through that are all quality leads.
Yep. And
coupons that you missed and stuff too.
Yeah, and you can only buy a few sometimes of stuff, or you can buy a lot, but we all don't have unlimited money and everything. But there is unlimited demand on some stuff I've seen from, you know, some of these 2K ranks, you know, 2,500 ranks and all that. So you have those guys that you work together and kind of like a little mastermind. Everyone watching, that's exactly what we did with the Buy Box Bandits. And what's crazy was that was free. Finding dudes you mess with was free. You know, like nothing's keeping any of you guys watching this from doing that as well, outside of putting yourself out there and understanding there's not a direct ROI. There's a very big indirect ROI from getting in the information flow and all that and everything, which I'm a very big fan of. So just tech stack wise, kind of the blueprint, inventory lab, BQ, all that stuff.
Yep. Use SellerAmp and Keepa for sourcing, and then inventory lab for accounting, and then BQ repricer. And BQ is huge. If you got a lot of SKUs and you're not running repricer, definitely got to be doing that.
And the way we do it with the coupon model, you're losing a lot of money, not just in losing out on those sales, but losing out on the speed of replenishing stuff as well. So that's why I think a lot of people, from a repricing perspective, have their strategy screwed up. So that's one of the things I immediately put in with all you guys I work with on different stuff, is getting in that, getting in the BQL side of things. And obviously, right, the upside is in the sourcing, right? But there are certain things that need to be optimized, right? Prep centers and all that. Is that something you're using as well?
Yeah, I got a good one. So I'm paying like $1 per unit.
Ooh,
And
that's
then like 20 cents per poly bag.
yeah.
So it's pretty good.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they and I assume you and I, when talking back and forth, there'll be a little merchant fulfilling in the trenches come some of these
Yeah,
seasonal times, definitely.
for sure.
Should,
Q4,
yeah, dude,
100%.
definitely. On that, and then what are your? This is something I've actually never asked you about. What do like this kind of podcasty type question? But what do like the people in real life say to you when you're like, yeah, man, I'm like selling stuff on Amazon or whatever?
Yeah. So I have a buddy who does it. He sells in like a certain category. And then I actually got like, I'm trying to get my roommates up and running on it too, just
Oh
to
yeah,
help them get some extra cash. Yeah. But
yeah,
I don't know. Like when I go out and tell people what I do, like you tell them Amazon, they're like, oh, I want to do that to like make passive money. And it's just kind of like,
because it's
there's
so.
more that goes into it. They see all the, the ads with the dude with the Lambo.
No, man. What's crazy is they really outside like with if you're I guess it's not the case if you're not doing your own prep, but if you're doing your own prep, it's pretty much just like moving boxes around all day, to be honest.
Yeah. I do some of my own prep still. I want to say I've been outsourcing it a lot more just because I've been ordering in such higher quantity.
Yep.
And it's just something that's kind of a drag for me that you can easily be outsourced.
Yeah.
And with sales tax, you end up either breaking even or increasing your margins, which is very nice too.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So I'm in Pennsylvania. You're in Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah. So on a lot of stuff, we have sales tax. Shoes and clothing don't to Pennsylvania, but they do to most states. There's a couple states, however, New Hampshire, Oregon, Montana, I think Alaska as well, which I doubt there's any prep centers there or whatever. But other ones, other states I prior mentioned, there's a lot of good arbitrage in that for anyone watching, utilizing a third-party prep service. However, I would say don't get started with that till you can confidently hit like, 500 unit minimum or something monthly, just because you want to be a good client to them. You want it to be a long-term relationship. And everything like that. And so what would be, the main difference in terms of how you operate now versus how you did, 4 months ago, and then ultimately like a year ago in terms of how Restock's evolved with you?
I guess also like one thing too is like not being afraid to spend. Like once you get the proof of concept, like at first when I saw my credit card bill that was like 20, 30K, I'm like, damn, am I gonna be able to pay this off?
Yeah.
And then, I mean, now I've ran up like 60K spend, and it's just like I was afraid to do that at first. And then also coming from like the bolos, seeing like selling a PS5 and making like $500 off of it, it's hard to switch over to like a shoe, maybe only making $10 of it. But when you learn that you could sell, 20 of them, 30 of them, and have a bunch of different SKUs where you can do that, so the small profits add up, that's like a huge thing too.
Yeah, and not having to worry about always chasing that next thing as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least forget not chasing, like needing to like either drive around or be botting stuff, like doing some of that and everything. And so we're like, you can always go out and find OA stuff once you know what you're doing. And everything like that. And so do you have a couple main sites you focus on, or is it kind of a diversified catalog?
I want to say there's probably like 3 to 5 that I buy from heavy, but I'm always looking. And when you do source, there's a lot of low key websites that you'll find that you probably didn't even know existed before,
or you didn't know were legit. And that is why you should always be checking out through PayPal, always checking out, when possible, checking out through an account, checking out with a credit card if possible, because the bank will work very hard to get their money back. On you on that. And you can always check Trustpilot as well. Click onto like a website's Instagram, see if they're legit. If they got the blue check, they're probably legit and everything. But the big thing is the PayPal and the credit card. That way you have protection on your purchases, and you don't really have to worry about it as much like that. Another point I like that I can see based off your sales, it's like kind of like the way OA works, like, we're buying here, a little bit of spend, and then it goes up, right? Small sprints, lots of probably like on mine, probably like 30% of my profit is from those small sprints that only come up like once every 2 months ish up on that. And you can just go crazy on stuff. And the nice thing is if you buy heavy on stuff, which only comes from conviction, which only comes from doing it a lot. We've done this, been doing this for a while, right? 4 months, and me way longer on this stuff. But once that opens up to you and you have the confidence and the spend power, it's just, math and everything and like that. But also too, another thing that some people getting into this struggle with is dropping that ROI and failing to understand the volume you can do with stuff and the long-term nature of some of these products as well. and everything.
That's a huge one too, dropping the ROI. Because like I noticed, like when I catch the buy box and certain things I sell, you can sell like a couple hundred in a day,
Yeah, which is
which is
insane.
crazy.
Yeah, depending on the ASP, even like 10 a day is great. 10 a day on a
Yeah,
couple items, that's like, 40, 60
for sure.
sales, whatever, $50 ASP and, not doing bad in just in terms like that would be a million run rate, I'm pretty sure. I'm not a huge fan of public math, but that would be
Yeah.
something around a million run rate annualized on that. What would be some big tips in terms of people who are watching this who haven't gotten their first sale yet? What would you say is the action plan in terms of getting going quick?
Honestly, I would just say like don't be afraid and like watch some videos on Keepa on YouTube because like that tells you everything you need to know whether your item's going to sell or not. Like you don't want to just buy based on like go out on a whim. Like the
Sale.
data is all right there. You're just buying based off of data. If you get good at reading the charts, you have a good idea whether the product's going to sell or not.
Yeah, and some people way overanalyze stuff, and like, sure, the
Mhm,
some buys aren't going to go the way you expect to, but you still learn from it, right? And you build
for
that
sure.
keeper muscle, which only takes time, and it only comes from putting your own money at risk as well on
For
stuff.
sure.
So get in the game. If anyone watching this, right, go watch one of the live sourcing videos. Pick out any of the ASINs I looked at, especially the ones that are profitable. Go out and source off those with SellerAmp free trial and everything, because you're definitely. I can guarantee you're not going to make any money if you never start. But if you start, you incredibly increase. Well, I guess 100 times zero is still zero. You drastically increase your chances of getting sales and everything like that. So moving forward, do you have plans to just kind of just scale up the OA side of things? Do you have any wholesale interests, your own space, anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to so I'm on pace to hit like 100 to 120K this month with OA. Like I want to do sustain OA for a couple, like see how long I can sustain it for 100K.
Yep.
But wholesale is definitely something, just because you don't have to worry about order cancels. I know there's a bigger barrier to entry, but
Well, that's
it's a
good.
little more fun. Yeah,
You have the money to now, and
for
you have
sure.
the knowledge to on everything. Where that's fine. You know what I mean? Just
Mhm.
putting the time in to do it and everything.
Yeah, it's a little more fun to negotiate deals, actually like work with people. OA could get lonely sometimes. So
That's why you need
that's
to
what,
bank with
yeah.
you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even more, even more. I can imagine Nick watching this right now, laughing, like right now, and Peter on that. So cool, man. Thanks for chopping it up here. You do have
For sure.
a Instagram page, right?
Yeah, it's at Derek Flips.
Derek.
I only made one post, but I need to get more
Oh,
active on
and
there
that
for
was a
sure.
minute ago too. Yeah, you'll have to
Yeah,
post a screenshot of the interview or whatever. You'll be getting followers,
for
so
sure.
definitely go follow him like that. Anyone watching this, if you're interested in applying to work with me, you can do so. Link in the description on that. Appreciate you guys watching. Have a good one. Thanks a
Awesome.
lot. Sweet. That's not so bad. That's good stuff, man.
Cool. For
Thanks a
sure.
lot.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I gotta run as well too. We got the course update on Saturday. I got a bunch of shit to do. But thank you for squeezing this.
Gotcha.
I really appreciate it on
Of
that.
course.
Keep up the good work and let me know if you ever need anything. Obviously you can hit
Yeah,
me up. Definitely.
for sure.
Sounds